So when I was about 7 years old, I got my first video game console. It was Christmas and that was the first time I was ever introduced to video games. Sure, I had a few friends that had like a Nintendo 3DS and I would like play a few games there, or like a PS2, I think. But overall, I was very new to video games. And at first it was pretty chill. I played like those chill games, like those Kirby Adventures, something like that. And I also had like a game like Mario 3D World. So yeah, it was just chill, just Nintendo, nothing crazy. But then at the age of 9 or 10, I don't really remember anymore, I got my first computer. And then it really got addictive. Now, to be fair, this computer was complete trash. Like seriously, I could not run any game. GTA, don't get me started. I wasn't allowed to play it, obviously, because I was just 9, bro. But a game like GTA, for example, would probably explode my PC. And every game lagged. Every game I had like 30 FPS, or not even 30 FPS, like 10 FPS. But then this one game, it had like this hype phase, and it was Minecraft at that time. And this was such an old Minecraft version. It was not even like a fighting mechanic, you know, where you have like this cooldown of the sword when you swing it. The graphic looked chunky and all of that. But for me as a kid, this was completely enough. And I could actually run it with like 30 FPS, so I was completely fine with it. It was like the only game that I was able to play. And so I played it more and more and more and more. And then I got introduced to like Hypixel. And a few friends have gotten their first PC as well. And we started to play a little bit. I started to get into PvP and I got good really quickly. Way quicker than everyone else. And with those video games, I soon noticed that it was different than everybody else. Everyone would play it casually and they would like have a little game here and there. They weren't trying to be like the best, the ultra gamer, but I was. I wanted to be the absolute best. I wanted to destroy everyone in PvP. I wanted to be the best of my friend group every single time. And I was improving so much faster than everybody else ever. It was insane. Even like these Skywars games in Hypixel, it's like you spawn on an island and you get a few chests, loot that a little bit, then you build yourself like to the middle and then fight. And in the middle there's like better loot and whoever's just last one standing wins. And at first I was really bad at it. But then I played it more and more and I saw these YouTubers who were like really good at this game. Every one of my friend group has played it like casually, like not really getting any wins. But for me, I just had the need to be the winner. I needed to win more often. And so I put in the work, I put in the hours. And then I got my first win in Skywars. And from that point on, I won so many games. It was like a 50-50 chance if I'd win or lose. And then a couple of months later, I would literally carry my team in like this 2v whatever. I was like in a duo with my friends. And we used to play Skywars together with some friend. I don't even remember who it was. Because my friends just played casually, you know? I was the one carrying the team, you know what I mean, bro? They would just die because they just fell into the void. And I would be the one usually fighting against 2 people at once the whole game. And still, I would win like every 3rd game. It was crazy. My skill level was just through the roof. And from that point on forward, I knew I was different. I was a different breed, bro. But that was only the start. And then Fortnite came around. The game that got so much hype. The most popular game ever. At first it was like season 2 of Fortnite. So still like in the early ages. I just downloaded it once. And I just played it a little bit. See how everything felt. But I probably lost a couple of times and then I just quit it. Went back to Minecraft, the game where I was good at. And then 2 seasons later, a friend like called me and said, yo, download Fortnite. And I'm like, okay, sure, why not? Let's just give it another go. Like, it wasn't that bad when I played it. But like my computer just had like 15 FPS or something, right? So I hop on with my friends and I meet new people. My friend just invites new people, and I start building like a huge friend group of guys who just play Fortnite. And then I started prioritizing Fortnite more, because in Fortnite I actually had a couple of people who played with me. But in Minecraft I just clapped some people, right? So it was kind of boring. And now I want a new challenge. And this is the game where I spent the most amount of money and the most amount of time in. You don't want to know how much time I spent. I will reveal it later. It didn't take long until I was really good for my capabilities. There were friends who played way longer than me. They played way longer than me. And at first they were better than me. They outplayed me. You know, back in the day there wasn't like some sort of creative mode where you could just join in a game and then just have a normal 1v1. No, you actually had to say 1, 2, 3, then click on the match and hope you get in the exact same match. And then you would like pick a spot and fight. And I did that with my friends a couple of times. And sure, sometimes they would win and sometimes I would win. Even though they played way longer than me and I just had like 15 FPS the whole time. But I got so good at building it at this game. I started to edit faster. I started to see more techniques on those YouTube videos. I started to implement more, and now Minecraft wasn't even there anymore. I didn't notice it anymore. And so someday I practiced so much that now all my friends were below me, as in the skill level. So I was the youngest. I was the one with the least amount of experience, and I was the one with the least amount of FPS, and I was still the best of the team. And that was crazy, and I felt such a huge achievement. But Fortnite was different than all the other games because it was actually hard to win. And I remember I was actually pretty decent at the game. I was putting in the hours, like I would play 6 to 8 hours a day, and still I wasn't getting a victory. I would always lose. One time I was like one pump shot away from winning and I missed it. And then, well, we lost. But then I got even better and I wanted to get even better. Next season I got my first victory ever. And then I started to learn how to edit. I started to build better. I started to crack 90s. You know, these like, here's just a clip of what it looks like. So, but let's actually skip the boring part. Many seasons later, like 5 or some, I was so good that it was like a 70% chance that we win every game. Literally like a 70% chance that we win the next game, and then the next game, and then the next game, because I was just so much better than everyone else so quickly. And even though we would all play the same amount of hours, I was still the one who would come out as the best, because I wasn't playing casual. I was never doing that. I always wanted to achieve the most results. I was even so good that I had to play solo versus squad. That was a game where I basically picked the game mode squad, so it was basically a team of 4 people. But I did no fill, which means I don't get any teammates. I was just alone versus 4 in a 100-player match. And even then I would win like every 4th game. And keep in mind, my FPS on average was just 15. 15 FPS, bro. And I achieved that much. Then there came the downfall of Fortnite though. The next chapter, it didn't feel the same. It felt like the game was just a copy of the game it was before. It felt off. The skill-based matchmaking, I hated it, because now I came into lobbies that were too sweaty. I came into lobbies that were annoying to play against because you had to build so much and have insane accuracy to win every fight. And my goal always was, okay, I want to get like 30 kills every game, you know what I mean? And that's kind of hard when every player is like the best. And you know, usually I like a challenge. So solo was not bad at all, but I wanted to play with friends. And then when I would play with friends, I would get into those sweaty lobbies, and then my friends would always die like in 10 seconds. And then I just had to solo versus two guys. And yeah, sometimes we won, sometimes we just didn't, and it was just not fun anymore. And the total hours on Fortnite, I had 2,500 hours played, and I spent roughly about $1,900 on Fortnite skins. This is the worst investment I ever did, ever. I just lost this feeling that I had back then, and it felt like Fortnite has made all the wrong decisions, but I just needed to keep pushing. I can't let this talent be wasted. And so I went on to the new game, which for me was Rocket League. And it started out like every other game. You were bad at the game, everyone was bad at the game, but we had some fun playing it. It was a new game, a new mechanics, new everything. And my only goal was, how good can I get in this game? Again, same thing. You know, it started out slow and chill again. But then when I played with friends, I found like the love to this game. I felt like in shooter games, Minecraft, it was fun because it was skill based. You know, you had to have skill to win games, but it was always different in every single game. You know, in Minecraft, you just kind of had to spam left click all the time. And it was mostly, sure, there was a lot of skill involved, but I could lose to my noob friend in a PvP match, right? Even as a pro. Fortnite, it wasn't really like that. I would almost win every single time against like a noob friend when I would build. But then when I would play against like 3 or even just 2 relatively good players, I might still lose, because it wasn't always like guaranteed, even if I was very, very good. Because you can either just miss like one shot and then it's over. Like, sure, it was skill based, but it was also a little bit luck based. And in Rocket League, the good thing is the skill ceiling was so high. If I was a really, really good player, I could play against like, what, 8 people at the same time and still win like 10-0. And that's what I loved about this game, because there wasn't like this luck involved in this game. Sure, there was like some kickoff luck and all of that. There were some luck based situations in this game, but it was way, way less lucky than in Fortnite or Minecraft. And so you have to have more skill in order to perform better. And if you lose, skill issue, bro. And then I played with friends, and we had such a great time. We always played duos. I never actually like played solo 1v1 in Rocket League because I thought it was boring. I just wanted to level up with friends. It was always the most fun thing. But I still wanted to get good, and so most of the time I would spend in practice mode. None of my friends would do that. They were only playing for fun. I was also playing, of course, to have fun, but I wanted to become the best at the same time. So it started out casually, just winning a few games here and there. And then I got into ranked. I got into playing more and more often. I started to look at players who were way, way better than me. Like top players who could do insane things. Players who were grand champions would get clipped on easily. And then I myself started to learn these techniques, and then my will to get better just started to skyrocket. And suddenly people who had way more hours than me, almost double the hours than I had. I mean like thousands of hours, while I just had like 500. They were worse than me. I started winning against grand champions, as a diamond. I went from gold to platinum to diamond, and then just a month later I was already champion. And you know what's the best part? I never played solos. Sure, like I did play like solos to get better because like YouTubers told me to. It's like good, you know? But I never took it seriously. And I could have been so much better if I just played like duos with a different partner. You know how I got champion? With a random guy, bro. With a random friend. I got to champion with someone who was a platinum or even a gold 3, and I played against 2 champions at the same time and won. And the amount of confidence that this gave me is incredible. Rocket League wasn't my final game though. I switched to another game, believe it or not. I played a VR game and it was called Beat Saber. It was Christmas and I finally got my first VR headset and I was so hyped about it. Playing in a virtual game, like I was in the game, not just looking at a screen, like I was literally in a game with hands. That felt so amazing to me. First I just played some chill VR chat. I just talked to people, I just done stupid stuff, flexed in a mirror or some shit, bro. I've done like goofy stuff. But then this popular game called Beat Saber caught my eye and I thought, okay, I had to try it. Everyone's playing it. I had to get into the fun. And then I played a little bit, got the hang of it. I even played with my mother at the same time. And first day in, I was already playing hard mode. That isn't like fairly hard, even though it says so. But I was really proud of that achievement on the first day. Never touched a VR headset in my life, like it's not that bad. And the same week I played expert levels. A few months later my friends also got a VR headset and they started to play with me. I always said like, bro, come on, let's play this like new song always on Expert Plus, because well, a month later I was already able to do it. And wow, I was able to do the hardest difficulty in Beat Saber now. Expert Plus, there was nothing beyond it. Little did I know, that was just a little scratch of my true potential. I saw a video online which had millions of views and it was a guy playing a level, Reality Check Through the Skull, the most popular Beat Saber level. And it was always said, oh yeah, it's the hardest Beat Saber level. And man, I just had to try it. And I downloaded mods onto Beat Saber. And I had to practice and practice to finally get it. But someday I did. I did beat this one level and I thought I was accomplished. This level wasn't that easy. I had to practice weeks to pass this level. But that still wasn't the end destination. To be honest, that level is nothing against what my end skill level was like. That level, you would think it's some baby stuff. Because after a quick break, I was playing Rocket League at the time and mastering that. But after a quick break, I got back into Beat Saber because you would have to have a 100% skill in this game. There was no luck, there was nothing. There was no, oh maybe the ball bounces off back there. It was just all you. If you miss a block, it's all you. It's just a skill issue every single time. And quickly in Germany, I was top 1000 in the world, just in Germany. And when I got back into that game, it felt so fresh. And now I played levels that normal people would look at and think like, no, that's not possible. That's not possible. My friends all couldn't keep up. I was always too fast at everything. But even though I mastered every single game I touched basically, I was never fulfilled. I always wanted to get to the next level. It was fun, yeah, but at the end, at what cost? Because I wasn't improving as a person. I was getting fatter, I was getting lazier, school was not important to me, getting a job was annoying, pressure started to build, I had addictions because of this personality. And then I noticed someday when I quit and got onto self-improvement, being good at something or even everything is a blessing as well as it is a curse, because you get addicted easily. And at the end, using this gift as something productive instead of something bad will make you way more fulfilled than you will ever feel in your entire life. So I was at the top at a lot of games. I played, I got better, I was outworking and beating everyone, even if they played longer than me. But what do I get if someone stupider, lazier, less disciplined, and less competitive person just took a different approach, just built that business instead of playing those video games, just went outside, just studied, just worked out, did everything just smarter than me? I was putting in the work and I had the talent. I had a lot of freaking talent, but I'm not rich. I'm fat. I'm undisciplined. I have brain fog. And the other guy who is so worse than me is rich now. And now I have to be the one who is trying to keep up. So the moral of the story, if you're kind of like me, and you can relate to me, you have been doing something that you're outgrowing your friends at. You know, this brain fog addictive personality. If you have that, please use it as a gift instead of a curse. Because there are people out there who are lazier, stupider, less disciplined, less talented than you are. And they will achieve more just because they've done the right things. So start and use your talent, your own personality, and achieve everything that you set your mind to, because life is so much better on the other side. Choose long-term happiness instead of short-term pleasure. This is where most people stop, and this is why they don't win. I hope this has helped you, and if it did, please just leave a comment down below. That's all I'm asking you to do. I just want someone to see who has learned something from this video, takes different action from now on, and uses his own unique personality to achieve something great. See ya, bro, and goodbye.